Hello and welcome to the Clozapine explanation to patient station. So as you saw in the question, we were dealing with a 46-year-old gentleman who has a diagnosis of a paranoid schizophrenia, and in the question we are made aware that the patient is treatment resistant, there's a level of suicide risk, and our team is now considering the use of Clozapine, and our task is to discuss the rationale, the side effects, and address any concerns. So as you're aware, this station brings out the fact that Clozapine is reserved for treatment-resistant cases, and that in terms of the rationale, it is superior to other antipsychotic treatments that the patient may have been on, and that the evidence that it's superior has been around for a long time, and that also its efficacy in terms of managing his psychotic symptoms will subsequently help improve his mood and reduce his suicidality. And then in terms of mentioning side effects, stronger candidates would then start to, for each side effect they explain, offer a solution for that side effect. So for example, weight gain, looking at referral to a dietitian, gentle exercise program, constipation, use of laxatives, etc., just so that you're not giving a list of side effects to a patient for that patient then to be overwhelmed as to the problems of being on Clozapine, but how the supporting team can help manage those side effects with solutions. And also in terms of the practicalities of treatment, obviously we need to mention the need for blood tests, why the patient has to have blood tests and the frequency of these. As you saw, that's something that I did in the station, and then one of the things that can bring out is, well, how am I going to go to the phlebotomist each time to get my blood taken, or to the GP surgery to get my blood taken? And then again, we can offer a solution to that to say, well, a support worker from the community mental health team could assist you with that. One of the other things that could also occur in a station like this is that a patient may continue to say, look, this is something I don't want to have. Are there any other alternative treatments that I may have? And that's again where we could look at non-pharmacological treatments. So has the patient had any psychological input in the past, and could we use that? Is that something that he might consider in terms of his ongoing care? But that's only if you're really getting probed as a concern with that. But really the main focus in this station was about explaining the rationale of Clozapine, the side effects, and then addressing any of the common concerns that occur with the medication. So let's have a look at how this particular station was structured. And so in terms of the introduction and setting the scene, and as you've seen with the lithium augmentation station and with the ECT station, where patients have been on a number of treatments already, having a sense of empathy about the frustrations that they've had in terms of not getting better despite being on a number of medications can just help get that initial rapport going. And then similarly, when we start to mention lithium or ECT or and in this case Clozapine, be prepared for any cues that the actor might be having. Be waiting to say at that stage to say, well, I've heard Clozapine is toxic, it kills people, that kind of thing, and so that your task there is then to reassure the patient and then ask permission to say, well, would it be okay if I just explained why we're considering Clozapine, and then I'm very happy to address any concerns that you might have. So again, you saw that demonstrated in this video as well as in the lithium and ECT videos on the course. So I briefly, after introducing myself and setting the scene, I briefly confirmed his current symptoms, and then moved on to mentioning Clozapine as the next treatment of choice, and then went on to explaining the rationale for Clozapine. And as I've said, it's the fact that we know that Clozapine is superior to other antipsychotics, and that evidence has been around for a long time. It's reserved for treatment-resistant cases. And helps also improve mood and reduce suicidality. And one of his queries was, well, why wasn't I started on this before? So obviously we say that it's reserved for treatment-resistant cases, but also one of the key issues is just around the practicalities of treatment and the use of blood tests, and then we can then start to move on to the side effects and the solutions, and then at that stage, then talk to him as to why this is a medication that's reserved in this case. And then, as you saw on the stations, so for each side effect, I gave a remedy for that at the time of mentioning that particular side effect. So for sedation, so generally as patients, the longer that patients are on medication, their levels of sedation tend to improve, and it's important that they have a set of structured activities in the week to keep them active to help manage that. In terms of weight gain, we'd need to look at assisting him with his diet with the guidance of a dietitian, and also look at the introduction of a general exercise program. But we'd be continuing to monitor his weight to advise him on that. If there's an issue around his bowels not opening regularly and he gets constipated, then we can use laxatives. Similarly, if he's having issues of excessive salivation, then we can give him some medications to suck to help with that. And then in terms of the blood tests, we're using blood tests to monitor his white cell count. Does he know what the white cells do? They're there to help him fight infection, and we need to monitor the white cell counts is because obviously, as you know, the clozapine can reduce the number of white cells in our system, and so we need to monitor his blood initially weekly for the first 18 weeks, then fortnightly for the rest of the year, and then monthly subsequent to that. One of the things also to be mindful of is if you're dealing with a patient who does suffer with paranoid ideation, is the use of the monitoring service, because you don't want them to become even more paranoid about the fact that their blood's being sent somewhere to be monitored. And so you could see that I was careful in the way that I'd delivered that information to him, and that I said that it's a fail-safe method for us to ensure that he's not dispensed clozapine in the presence of an abnormal blood result. And then we've also mentioned obviously the support worker to assist with him going to blood tests, and then obviously all the other classic lines of offering information leaflets, and then I think one of the things also that you shouldn't be put off on is if the patient is still reluctant about being on clozapine, because as you saw in this station, he didn't seem convinced to be wanting to start it at the end of the scenario, and so don't let that put you off, because the actor may have been scripted to just not be agreeable to starting clozapine. So even if you feel that you've delivered the information as best as you can in bite-sized chunks, delivered and checked understanding, address their concerns. As I said, they may be scripted to be just uncertain, and so don't let that put you off. As long as you know that you've attempted the task to the best of your ability, you know that you can move on to the next station. Okay, so let's just quickly look at some of the script lines, the relevant script lines for this station. So initially, as we said in terms of our introduction, I've got some information as to what's been happening, as it sounds like you've had a very frustrating time on being a number of different tablets with no real success. So that can really just help the rapport going when you're in stations like this. I'm here to talk to you today regarding another treatment option that we do have available. Before I do, could I ask about how things are at the moment, just so you're getting an idea of, and again, we don't want to be spending too much time on this, we just want to get a brief idea of what their current symptoms are. And then we can start to mention, would it be okay if I spoke to you about a medication called, prior to that, obviously one of the medications I'd like to talk to you today is about a medication called Clozapine, and then as I said at that point, be prepared for, I've heard it's toxic, I heard it can kill people, that kind of thing. And then I can see that you have a number of concerns there. Would it be okay if I spoke to you about Clozapine? And then I'd be very happy to answer any queries that you may have. And then again, so Clozapine is one of the most effective antipsychotics that we do have available. The evidence is that the evidence that is effective is long-standing and is superior to the other antipsychotics that you've been on. And it shows that it works more effectively than other medications that you've been on in the past. There is also evidence that it can help improve mood as well as reduce suicidal thinking. And then, as you've seen with other stations on the course, when I'm talking about side effects, I try to deliver that information in a structured way. So there are a range of side effects with this particular medication that can range from the common mild ones to some more severe ones that are rare. And so I'd structured that the delivery of that information similarly as you've seen on other videos on the course. And then obviously also mentioning that one of the things that we do need to do is register your name so that your bloods are monitored, and it's a recognised system that provides a fail-safe system to ensure that you're not provided clozapine with an abnormal blood test result. And so you can say it's a national system, it's recognised, so that there's nothing for him to be worried about in terms of where that blood is going. So if you want to get some more information around some of the relevant core clinical knowledge on clozapine, so there is another station on clozapine where we're looking at taking a collateral history from a relative to address someone's clozapine suitability. Do have a look at that tutorial and obviously practice this one in conjunction with that. And I will see you in the next tutorial.